welcome back to Dirty 20's and Natural 1's, a D&D podcast show thing that hopefully is entertaining.
But to actually start finally, you guys had made it to the town of Enraft. You'd met with the town's rather blunt mayor, who had simply told you that you simply had to travel about a few miles down the road, and there was a deviating path to the right. That's where the shipments have been getting attacked by a troll. She then proceeded to close the door on you and say good luck. And if you were looking for a guide, she also mentioned going down to the tavern and telling you to get the old brown helmet.
Oh yeah, because we need a guide.
Yes.
And we were told to tell him to get off his lazy ass, ?
That's about what I said.
Pipeline pun, like it.
So, you guys are now standing outside the mayor's house. This mayor's house is 3 stories tall, incredibly nice compared to the surrounding houses. Made of stone, actually, instead of the surrounding kind of wood construction.
Very bourgeois.
I love masonry.
Should we take a rest?
We
or
need to
should
find...
Should we take a small rest before we go to the guide, or just head on straight
We technically did just get here.
I'm a whole 3 hit points below my max, so you can take
I'm
this.
4 above my max.
How are you 4 above?
Because I forgot to change it.
Oh, you just forgot to update.
It's just a prank.
Just a prank, bro.
I was going to say, what Warforged feature is that?
Nicholas is slowly becoming robot god. Guess we'll find an inn, take a little nap.
Okay. You guys are going to look around the rather...
Short rest?
Yeah, a short rest is basically 4-ish hours, and it's just mostly like relaxing or just kind of not actively hunting or doing something.
So menial labor is technically a short rest, just doing stuff that isn't taxing.
Yeah. It's like walking around a city, short rest. Searching around the city, not a short rest. But this is a small enough place that it only takes you 20 minutes to search everywhere. And you find that there is not an inn. There's no inns. There's taverns. There's 2 taverns in town. Not a lot here in Enraft. And it's not very, big. Like, the houses are all fairly small. You see a lot of people that are very much dressed in muddy clothes, dealing with the lovely weather that Elrose has this time of year. There's not a lot here. There's one shop you can see. It's a bit run down. And then there's 2 taverns.
Do we want to find the tavern the guy is in and be like, hey, in 4 hours we're going to go. You need to come.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Find us the hunter god. Find us the tavern
The
god.
hunter god.
Well,
Oh, my brain's breaking.
the tavern is called, ironically, the Brown Helm.
Brown.
Brown. Hunter is the tavern brown.
I mean, it's made of wood.
Alright, it's brown.
Okay.
Maybe it's birch. Is it birchwood, Hunter?
No.
Okay.
Birch are found deeper into the woods that make up Ezelrose. I have that list of trees somewhere. But
Oh, you go in full detail.
do you expect me not to? I have like 6 Google Docs for this. The tavern itself, you walk up to it, the sign is in really good condition. Everything else, various states of repair and disrepair. You have a window that has a new window, but the one next to it has a piece of cloth put over it. The doors are slightly off. They don't quite close all the way when brought in. The front kind of porch of it, some of the boards are a bit like kind of rotted and twisted. But you can hear kind of the sound of music coming from the inside. And you can kind of already feel heat coming out of the tavern. You go inside, I assume?
Yeah.
Opening the doors, you're greeted with a fairly large area. It's spacious at the same time. In the center of the room, there's this giant fire pit that seems to take up most of the space in here. So it's a giant fire pit in the middle, and there's only about 20 feet of space around it that make up the entirety of this building. There's various tables thrown in different areas around the fire pit with benches being against the wall. And the bar counter area is the kind of your right corner of the bar. When you walk in, it's the far right corner. You can see several people milling about. They're all kind of dressed in the dirty clothes. There is somebody face down at the bar, and there is a bartender behind who seems to be leaning back and just reading something. Doesn't even look up when you come in.
I'll saunter over to the barkeep. What was the name of the guy we were looking for again?
No, that's not it.
You just said the name of the guy we were looking for, and I don't remember, and I hate myself.
We be looking for a lad who's a tour guide and a drunk and lazy ass.
As you say this, the barkeep kind of jolts up and like slams her book down, and she looks at you all, and you see her kind of like lean back as she answers. Hello. I'm sorry, who are you looking for?
The town mayor said they were a lazy ass, and to come help us guide us to the forest where a troll is.
She's like visibly confused, and as you say this, the man like at the bar snores very loudly. I can't do a snore, my throat's too dry. He just kind of like snores and kind of moves around the bar.
Who is this fine fellow?
That's Garner Manshew.
Does that sound right, Zephyrin?
Does it, God?
You weren't given a name. You weren't given a name. You were told to find the brown helmeted bastard who.
Is he wearing a brown helmet?
There is a brown hat tied around his neck and sitting in the middle of his back.
I'll kind of shake him away.
Huh, yes, what? Another round, please.
No.
What? Who are you? Oh God, the devil came for me. I swear to God I didn't do it. Oh wait. Who are you all?
And that's not if you didn't do anything. We're not here for that.
Not today, at least.
The mayor sent us to, and I quote, "Fetch your lazy drunken ass, and guide us to where the troll is."
A mug of ale gets set down. He kind of looks at you. I'm sorry, what?
Mayor,
Is that
you guide us troll.
Why would I do anything for that psycho?
To help the town. I don't fucking. You live here.
So does she, and she can go guide you to that man-eating... Ugh.
I give you 2 silver to guide us.
Look, I'm not worth my weight in gold, because I'm a bit too fat for that. But no man's life against that thing is worth 2 silver.
You're not the one fighting it.
But I'm gonna have to be there for it, and quite frankly, I can't run like I used to.
As soon as we get the faint whiff that is nearby, you get to sprint out of there.
That's not that fast!
Does that have a reason to hit you over us?
Jumbo estimate this man's weight by looking at him.
Roll intelligence? Make this intelligence or perception.
Jumbo's slightly better trait. This is Jumbo. Yep. Okay. 13.
13? He's about like 200, looks to be like 270 something pounds. He's a pretty big guy. It's not like a giant beer gut, but he's not like defined like Adonis muscle. It's like noticeable gut, kind of like you can tell that he's a heavier set kind of man, and he's still kind of like beer gut, and you can kind of like see some of the fat on his face.
A horse can support a man of his stature, correct?
I mean, it'd have to be a special kind of riding horse, but yes.
Well, I guess
Look.
Jumbo will ask the first.
Look,
Can you
jump.
ride a horse, sir?
I mean, they don't tend to like it much, but for a bit. Why are you asking about a horse? Weren't you asking about a troll?
Well, I was just thinking that you could ride a horse on out of the forest.
Nothing rides in that forest. It's called the mire for a reason. Things get stuck there, and they tend to stay there. Why the hell are y'all hunting a troll anyway? It's not even worth anything.
I need to be hired by a group to do it.
Oh, y'all sorry saps are mercenaries. Dear God. Another long sip of his drink. Ugh. Okay. First off, why are you asking me about riding a horse?
Oh, I thought you could use that as an escape route since you said you were a tad slow.
Look, y'all are trying to do the right thing here. I get that. It warms my cold, dead heart to see it. But the day I do something for that psycho in her stone house is the same day that I go sailing. And I'm scared of the ocean, so that ain't happening.
Can you at least give us directions to like the part of the forest where it is?
Oh, well, last place I got somebody, it was 3 miles down the road. You hang a right onto a path that's marked with this sort of twisted... It's this... How good are you at picking out old nature signs?
Fairly decent, I would say.
All right, it's the old tree marker for bad path. It's this old kind of twisted tree that grows like this, so it turns around itself and grows out. It's pretty odd. It's pretty easy to see. You walk these roads enough, you see them all.
think that will serve us well.
Y'all are seriously... Another round, please. Y'all are seriously going out after this thing? I mean, there ain't anything better for you to do?
Are you seriously drunk?
The sun's up, right?
Maybe.
I mean, probably. Look, I wear the badge of the town drunk with honor, because someone's got to have that job, and no one's better at it than I am.
Sir Town Drunk, could you care to make a little wager? I happen to notice that there's a skill under dexterity that I would like to try using, maybe.
What kind of wager are you talking about? Because gambling, I'm pretty good at it. For the record, he is drunk right now as he's saying this.
I happen to have here a gold coin and perhaps a few more in me satchel. Hey, if you win the flip, you get some of me gold. What if I win and we leave you alone? What if I win the flip? You still get some of me gold, and you take us to the toll personally.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh. Oh, go ahead. I'm glad I got advantage. 11 or 3.
I was rolling a wisdom check. First roll, natural 20. He's drunk. Disadvantage, 2. You see him kind of...
The drunk man's sober.
He brings a hand down his face. How much gold do you have?
How do you feel about 15 pieces?
You see his eyes go wide. You see the barkeep kind of lean over as well, kind of looking at you. Both of them are now like both of them are staring at you like, flip that coin. He has a dopey smile on his face. Flip that coin.
All right. Is there like a heads or a tails to a gold coin?
The coins used in Ezelrose do have a kind of marking on one side that marks them as like official currency. The marking is kind of unique in that way, in the fact that it's actually like the coat of arms for the whole of Ezelrose. So it's literally a rose emblazoned in a ring around it, and the tail side is just a flat piece of coin.
Rose side, you come winning with us. Flat side, we leave you alone.
All right. You're gonna roll for this.
Can I use slide up?
So you're gonna flip the coin, land, and you're gonna try and switch it.
Yeah, if it's the bad side.
Okay. So you're gonna roll me. We'll do a d6. A d6 where odds will be heads, evens will be tails, and if you don't like the result, you can roll for sleight of hand versus his drunk perception. Oh God.
Heads is what I'm looking for. What did we say was it again? Evens were 5 already.
Odds were tails, is what we said.
Ah, darn it, I don't get to use it. I got it too.
You could just do it anyway.
Sleight of hand to make sure I win.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna make sure it's the right side.
Are you rolling sleight of hand? Okay, do it.
I really want to use sleight of hand.
Do it.
I have a +5 sleight of hand. Alright,
So you flip the coin straight up. No. You flip the coin straight up.
Nice.
It spirals through the air, and your eyes follow it as it comes down. You catch it, and as you catch it, you kind of flip it in your hand in sort of a subtle motion. It's noticeable that, like, the rest of you kind of notice he does something, but the drunk dude's too much on the edge of his seat staring at you with, like, a dopey smile, like, come on, come on. And you, like, flip the coin, slam it down. It's what you called.
Hey.
And you see the man go,
Here's your 15 gold, laddie.
holds out his hand, kind of puts it in, and he kind of picks it up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He immediately, like, he takes 6 of them, slides them towards the barkeep, takes the rest and puts it in his pocket. And he goes to stand up, and you hear his bones pop as he stands up. Oh, pop, 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 pop. Oh, God. A little nauseous. All right. I sold my soul for some gold coins. Let's go. Let's go find you people a troll.
Hunter, quick question. How much does beer cost in this world?
Depending on the type of beer, it is not a whole lot. Generally in a tavern like this, which is pretty cheap, you're looking at maybe a silver piece for like a gallon.
So, this man has drunk possibly up to 600 gallons of beer.
Well, he now can.
Point and
Oh, maybe he didn't have a tab. He seemed like the type of fellow with a tab.
As he stands up, you see him kind of reach over. He pulls his brown hat up and pulls it on. It's a broad hat, like, and it's just huge. And you see him kind of go, "Welp, damn it! Why did I agree to this? Let's get going."
Hey, glad to have you, brown hat.
Name's not Brown Hat.
I don't know it. Would you prefer
I mean,
town drunk?
you're not wrong. It's Garner Manshoe.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Connor. Connor?
Jumbo has trouble talking sometimes. It's okay.
Don't worry, he's still drunk. So he kind of shuffles, stumbles, makes his way out of the tavern, and you can hear the barkeep behind you counting out the gold coins again and again. Like, she is exhilarated to have this money here. You guys step outside, and you see Garner's like stretching, and you hear his back. Okay. Anyone got any water?
Here, I'll slap my water skin.
Thank you. He pours it all over his face. Hands it back. He's like emptied a quarter of it.
I have bread.
Oops.
Well, so shall we get going?
Hey, that sounds good, Garnet.
I have many regrets. And you see him start walking off. So he starts walking off towards this kind of road that comes out of the woods into town. What do y'all do?
Maybe if I just walk.
I guess we follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of need him because I don't remember the directions he gave.
Neither do I.
Alright, cool.
It was like go straight, turn right.
We found that out through coming here.
Oh, big man. Brown.
So you guys start to walk down this road, and this road is pretty empty. There's well-defined ruts in the road. A lot of foot traffic and wagon traffic has come through here. Garner has the hat kind of pulled onto his head, and you see him kind of fumbling around his jacket for something as he walks, not really paying attention to anything. So, I want to ask, you all aren't running from the law or anything, right? I don't exceptionally care, but I'd like a forewarning if the Inquisition pops up again.
No, we've worked with them in the past, so I think we're on their side.
Oh, goody.
And by past, he means literally yesterday.
I mean, it could have been yesterday. I honestly I think I was drunk for most of it, so. And you see him pull out a flask. Ah, there it is. You guys end up just walking the 4 miles. It's pretty quiet. Unless you have any questions you want to ask Garner, I'll just say you guys walk the 4 miles. It's relatively quiet. The road is really well defined here. It's heavy foot traffic, and the trees have been actively cut back to clear the road. And 4 miles in, you guys are able to see a faint split in the road. The well-defined path continues straight on, and to the right you see a slight branch. And this twisted sort of tree, it grows up and its branches twist around each other twice before branching off in a Y. You see Garner kind of stop and go, anyone else see anything odd with this?
Jumbo looks at the tree and does he notice anything?
Make me a perception check.
Is there anything weird with it?
A 12.
You notice that there's a series of faint knife marks on the side of the tree.
Hey, there's some knife marks.
I think it's fine. So,
Okay,
we good to keep going?
as long as you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're paying me to be good to going, so I'm good to go. Another shot from the flask. You guys start off down the side road. And at this point, an hour passes. Still walking. And this path is a lot different. This path winds instead of going straight. It cuts through these trees. And over this hour, you notice the ground becomes damp. Your feet start to stick in the mud a little more. It becomes an effort to pull your feet out. You all kind of have to adjust to it, and the way that Garner is handling it a little bit better, the way his footsteps are, he's kind of like navigating the mud piles and kind of keeping his feet mostly dry. You know, sometimes I forget how annoying this path is. I still don't see why you all accepted this job switch from that psycho, but we're almost at the area the last attack happened, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll start keeping my eye out for like weird markings of a troll.
All right.
Do we know?
Go ahead. Roll me a perception check then.
Like larger than normal footsteps in the muck, or like some like weird markings on trees. I don't know.
Yeah.
You notice a sign that says "Beware troll."
Beware, troll be here. That is a 18.
18. With an 18, you don't notice anything that screams at you giant green monster immediately. It's all fairly normal forest stuff. Except for some odd kind of black veins on trees. Black veins on trees, a little off-putting, nothing too major. You do notice that there are some broken branches up high, and you notice that some of the ground has been torn up. But nothing that screams at you, giant green monster. Just something else has kind of run through here multiple times. But after that hour of walking, getting stuck in the mud, slowing you down a little bit, you finally arrive through a winding path at this area where there's you arrive at this complete chaos. There's an overturned wagon with goods scattered everywhere. And you guys are about 40 feet down the road when you see this. So you see this overturned wagon. You see a series of goods spread all over the ground, almost haphazardly gone through and used. You see several weapons laying in the ground. And you do see one dead body laying there with a kind of red trickling under the dirt. And at the same time, you hear a faint noise from behind the overturned wagon.
I like tap the guy on his shoulder, like, I think it's okay for you to leave now.
I mean, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're saying so, and you see Garner kind of turn around.
Alright, does Jumbo see the noise-making machine?
Well, you don't see him. You don't see what it is. Basically, there's this wagon. There's this overturned wagon with noise coming from behind it. You can see various goods scattered about the ground. And that's really all you can see. You guys are kind of right out of the way, standing about right here. You can see it, but nothing can see you. It hasn't updated. It's frozen. Wonderful.
No, it's updated. Okay.
It's updated.
There we go.
There, yeah. Can Jumbo move up to the wagon on our side?
Okay, are you stealthing up?
Yeah, I'm stealthing. We're
Dickless,
being careful.
Jumbo, Zephyrin, Faye. So please roll me a stealth check. I'm gonna say just straight.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll move
My
up to the
good
left.
skill.
I'll move up to the left, trying to stealth.
So you're gonna move up here?
That's a
Yeah.
21.
I love disadvantage. So that's a 5 with disadvantage.
So Jumbo, you make it up to here, and you're completely quiet. Despite the mud kind of making like a slight noise when you walked normally, in this moment, you carefully pick your steps, and you make no noise as you kind of gracefully dance across stones and skipping small puddles. You step over the man, kind of Pink Panther-esque, and you make it right to the wagon. You're underneath the lip. However, Zephyrin goes to stealth next. And he tries to kind of follow the same movements. The mud and armor kind of jangle together. And he steps down, makes some noise. And you hear the noise behind the wagon stop. And you hear some confused grunting almost. And, Jumbo, you begin to hear something move behind the wagon.
I'm ready to throw anything out.
He's ready to sacred flame.
No, I would never.
Why would he do that? Sorry, wrong page. I flipped to my wrong bookmark. Which I need to stop doing because I actually put double in. All right. Well, you're able to see now. So there's a brief moment where stuff moves. And suddenly from behind the wagon, climbing to the top, there's a kind of muddy-skinned, half-armored, small creature, a goblin, now perched on top of the wagon. It kind of peers out across the crowd, and will everyone please roll initiative? And you said you had Sacred Flame ready?
Flame ready.
Okay, yeah. You can cast that as your like surprise action. Still, I'm just doing the initiative now. Yeah, I'm just doing initiative now because. Yeah, I'm just doing initiative now and then. Sorry, what?
I said, don't assume I'm using Sacred Flame, but I am using Sacred Flame.
Okay, so we'll do initiative then that 25 to 20. Okay, 20 to 15.
18.
18.
15.
15 to 10. Really? 10 to 5. 5 to 1?
No, okay, I said 18 earlier.
Oh, I
don't know if you...
legitimately didn't hear you. Who has the higher dex of you two? Sorry, what?
I also rolled 18.
Well, who has the higher dex?
Yeah. Mine's a 16.
16.
Yeah, mine's only +2, so she goes first.
All right, so we're gonna do Dickless, Zephyr, and Jumbo. What's your initiative?
Jumbo got 17.
17. What's your dex?
Jumbo's is
Yes.
16.
16.
+3.
Sweet. Sorry about that. I legitimately didn't hear either of you say what you things were. So, Sacred Flame, starting us off. Surprise round.
Dexterity saving throw.
It actually makes it.
Oh. Thanks,
You let loose this divine flame, and the creature, right as it gets to the top of the wagon, sees you doing an arcane, kind of making the gesture, and kind of throws its body to the side, still on top of the wagon, kind of falls into the wheel, but the energy kind of misses it entirely. First in the order will be Dickless.
Okay. Am I close enough to go up to him and try to attack him with my sword?
No. 30 feet of movement will get you here, and dashing will get you over there, but...
Okay. I can't see the map at the present moment. It is loading, I believe,
Oh.
but that's okay. Can I try to do the longbow then? Is
Okay.
that possible?
Yeah, I'm just not going to have you move. I'm going to have you come back
Alright,
for that because it needs a range. So you're going to do longbow. Go ahead and roll longbow.
Okay.
Jumbo, can you roll me a stealth? Can you roll me another stealth check, please?
Yeah, I can.
So,
Oh, pretty sure.
is longbow strength or dexterity, or can I pick?
I believe longbow is dex. It might be a... I'm pretty sure longbow is dex.
It's Dex.
Most range weapons are.
Okay. That's a 7. Wait. That's a 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. And then is it D8 for an arrow?
So you draw back your bow, you let this arrow fly. The creature, just having dodged the burst of arcane energy, you see it kind of rise up. How much damage?
6.
6 damage. Nice. This arrow digs in. You kind of see it go, huh! And it actually falls off behind the wagon.
Oh.
Jumbo got a 16 to stealth.
Got it.
Also, Jumbo's good with formula. Right?
Actually, it doesn't fall off the wagon. It's still up there. Okay. It does not fall off the wagon, I'm going to say. I'm just going to change that. So that will end Dickless's turn. Next up in initiative, Zephyrin.
You already. Sacred Flame.
Ooh, that's a no to me. All right, how much damage?
Look. 8 points of radiant damage.
8 damage. The same exact spell dances around your hand as you set loose the arcane energy. And the goblin, like, rearing from the arrow, slammed with this fire, slumps over, and falls right next to Jumbo.
Fuck. Is it dead?
Next up in the initiative order is Jumbo.
Jumbo will try to stealthily stab it in the skull. Has it gone yet?
I mean, it's dead.
Oh. Jumbo will peer out to past the wagon to see if there's any remaining threats. But stealthily.
I'm keeping your stealth roll from the previous one. Nope. You peer out, and you kind of peer around the wagon. You're able to see 4 more goblins huddled around.
Oh.
One of them is wearing wearing a actual set of armor, though. Anything else you'd like to do this turn?
I'd like to look back to, like, Zephyrin and be like, war.
Zephyrin, your passive is pretty high, right? It's like 18.
It's 16.
Okay, you notice it, because he's not trying to hide it. He's like, you lean back against the wagon and violently shake your hand like, this is how many, this is how many. That will end your turn.
Oh, trolls, what? Yes.
Next up is the goblins. Well, the first goblin is going to use 5 feet of movement to get on top of the wagon. It's going to jump down with another 5. That's 10, 15, 25, 30 feet of movement. and it's going to make a throw with a javelin against Zephyrin.
Oh.
You're just the first thing it sees. You see it rear back. It throws this javelin. Zephyrin, you're too slow to dodge, but it hits your armor and harmlessly skips off. This goblin is going to scramble up as well, and he's going to make a short bow attack against Dickless. It will, I'm going to assume a 22 hits.
Yes.
I know your armor is nuts, but I'm assuming that actually hits. You will take a whopping 8 piercing damage.
Oh my god.
Dickless, you see the javelin glance off the armor, and the second you turn your attention back, an arrow pierces into your, I guess, frame rather, and it manages to find a small chink in your mechanical armored body, and it digs into the inner workings of your existence. This goblin is also going to climb up. He will hold an action, and this goblin is going to stay here and also hold an action. That will end the goblin's turn. Next up, Faye.
I guess I'll use my new skill. I'll summon a beast.
What do you summon?
I guess right now I'll summon.
And what exactly is this?
What is what?
What is the skill you are doing?
It's called Summon Beast.
Alright, is it a spell or?
It's a spell.
Okay.
It's level 2.
Alright, so summon beast. And what are you summoning?
I am summoning a. I guess a wolf right now.
So you summon a wolf?
Yeah.
Okay. Reality seems to warp around you as you cast this channel the arcane forces. Appearing in front of you is this wolf. Actually, it can appear 90 feet away. Do you want to put it up 90 feet away?
You want to put it on a goblin?
Sure, let it attack while it's being summoned.
Okay. So it resembles a wolf. It suddenly appears right here. And you said this was level 2 spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you are... You're gonna have to make a maul attack.
Yeah.
All attack.
Alright, so it'll make a... Sorry, I'm trying to read exactly what the spell does.
Yep.
That's a 10 plus what? That will hit. Having to do a lot of math.
Yay.
Hit for D4. That hits for 9. Hits for 11 piercing damage. The sudden appearance of this wolf stuns the goblin that had rushed forward, and its mouth opens wide and latches onto the goblin's arm, digging in deep before ripping back. The goblin stumbles back. It's heavily wounded and bleeding, its arm kind of hanging limp, but it's still standing. That will... Do you want to move, or will that end your turn?
I'll end my turn.
End your turn. Return to top of the order. Dickless.
Okay. I will probably fire off another arrow.
All right. Who would you like to target? You can choose any of those 3.
Okay. Probably maybe the guy on the right on top of the wagon. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
All right. Okay. That's 15. 20.
20 will hit.
Yeah, dirty 20. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay. It's a 4.
4 damage. Okay. You let loose this arrow, and that goblin doesn't seem to notice. Your arrow hits it. The armor it wears, the little bit it does, manages to slow the arrow down. So it still hits and sends them kind of backwards, but not enough to where it would cause a amount of serious harm. Zephyrin.
I really got a thing for this one. Make the one on the left on top of the wagon roll a dexterity saving throw. And I cast Sacred Flame.
It actually makes it.
God.
Once again, the arcane energy, but this time, this goblin seems to notice, and it twists its body as the spell fills the space where it was.
I will move 30 feet closer.
Right there good, or do you want to be somewhere else?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. We go from Zephyrin to, I believe, Jumbo. Jumbo.
Does Jumbo see the little armored goblin in the back?
Yes. They have not noticed you, but you do see them.
Okay. Can I make it to him with advantage to attack him?
You are stealthed. He's not focused on you. I will say yes.
Okay.
So you step out because you're so close. Step out. You take one step forward. Are you using the poison dagger? Well, the trickling venom dagger.
Yeah.
You lunge forward with the dagger, thrusting underneath his ribs.
Ooh, 20.
Dirty 20?
A nat 20.
A nat?
Oh shit, nice!
So,
Yeah.
you put sneak attack on this, double the normal damage of the dagger, and he failed the save to avoid getting poisoned.
Alright.
So you double all of the dice.
Yes.
Double everything. Here we go.
The dice are running.
5.
Yeah. Let's see. What? 24, 12 of it is, 24, and then 8 of it was the poison.
Not this.
You thrust this dagger right into the side of the creature, and it turns to look at you, a shocked expression in its eyes. You can see the venom veins spreading across its body as its arms release. a strange item in its hands falling out. And it falls forward to its knees to the ground. Slain.
One shot kill, baby.
I gotta roll something real quick. This goblin is now panicked. That one doesn't roll. Okay, then. That'll end your turn, Jumbo.
Yeah.
It is now the goblin's turn. This goblin is going to jump off and run into the woods, and it will take the hide action as it disappears into the foliage. Okay. As it runs away, it trips over something, and you can see the path it leaves as it charges off into the woods blindly. This one up here is going to attempt to jump off and land on top of Jumbo. So it's going to jump off and attempt to tackle Jumbo. I'm going to say make me a dexterity saving throw to dodge.
17.
You jump out of the way as it slams into the ground right where you were. This goblin will attack the wolf. Will hit. How many hit points does this thing have? Okay. And the goblin deals d6 plus 2. The wolf will the scimitar digs down into the wolf. A deep cut appears across its shoulder. This will end the goblin's turn. Faye, you're up.
I'll use. Is the wolf like struggling, or is it does it still keep fighting?
I mean, it just took a scimitar to the back. It can keep fighting.
Okay, I'll ask it to do a multi-attack again.
All right, it'll make the attack. This will hit, dealing that annoying amount of damage that I have to calculate every single time. It deals 6 piercing damage, which is enough. The wolf, recovering from the attack, rams its head forward, catching the goblin around the throat, bites through and pulls away. And the goblin, without even a cry of pain, slain. That will end Faye's turn. We now go to top of the order with Dickless.
Okay. Can I reach the guy with an arrow behind the wagon? Or
To you, he has full cover, so no.
okay. Then let me just try to
Well,
run
I mean,
there.
You can roll, but it would be with disadvantage, and he has I think a plus. Let me check what full cover is. Yes, I'm searching a makeup foundation. Every other search in the past 12 hours has been D&D based.
Full cover. Makeup.
You
Gotcha.
cannot attack it. Actually, I didn't misunderstand that. I was thinking 3/4. It cannot be targeted by an attacker's spell when it has full cover.
Then I will try to run up to where the rest of them.
All right, so you want to dash?
Yeah.
All right. That gets you to about there. That's about your full movement.
Okay.
Zephyrin.
So there's only one goblin left?
Yes. Well, there's the one that ran off, and you kind of know where it went, but there's one still on the path.
Can I jump over the wagon and get on the other side of it?
One, 2, 3. Yes, you can. Give me 1 second.
A meaty to make.
You will have advantage on this because this is flanking. It is engaged with somebody else. You get down behind it.
I think a 23 hits.
Nah, yeah, it does.
7 points of damage.
So, this creature is so enraged at Jumbo, it's snarling as its scimitar dances around. Jumbo, you see the heavily armored boom! And you just see the goblin's skull. And it falls to the ground in front of you. Slain.
You could say it was like boom, flag, bam, 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 bam.
And Zephyrin suddenly takes 17 points of damage.
Hey, I'm still up. That's not even half.
Suddenly, Zephyrin finds himself gone mentally insane and cursed by a creature that none can comprehend. The worm that walks suddenly spawns. Where'd my eraser go? Anyway, so you guys have slain the goblins that you encountered. What would you like to do now?
Jumbo is curious about small trinket that fell off and everything who killed him.
Okay. You pick this trinket up. It's this gnarled wooden doll, vaguely resembling a human of sorts. Think it's made of multiple small sticks bound together with this copper wire. And you can smell a sort of rotting meat coming from it.
Zephyrin, look at this.
Sure. Does it feel to be like any like religious thing?
Make me a religion check.
23.
Can you all roll lower than a 10 at some point during this campaign?
It was an 18 plus 5.
I rolled 9.
I have rolled 4.
With a 23, this is old. You, in your process of becoming a cleric, in your process of learning about the Raven Queen, you learned about some of the older beliefs found in Ezelrose. This is ancient. This is from the period of lost history. And that's all you know about it. Not much is known about these things. They're sometimes discovered in ruins, sometimes discovered in the cults that exist in Ezelrose. But it's not much is known about it. This specific icon, you can't quite place what it is.
It's a religious thing, but it's from a very, very long time ago. The goblin's either part of a cult or he stumbled upon it.
Andre, it looks like a little person, right?
Kind of. It's got like 2 arms straight out, kind of 2 legs. The head is like a bundle of small twigs, and the body is equally the same. Think the Blair Witch Project logo. This is kind of what it looks like.
Oh, what I was thinking.
Alright, this is close enough to a person. Jumbo will befriend the small doll and name it Frederick.
Frederick the doll.
Okay. Anything else you would all like to do?
I guess.
What all do the goblins have on them?
The ones that you've slain around you, the armor is this hodgepodge mix of leather that they've taken from something, like torn strips off of, and actual, like, smithed metal that they've kind of fitted to their bodies. It's ramshackle. None of them have shields. Their weapons are poorly maintained. It's all this kind of hodgepodge.
What does Armored Boy look like?
The armored one, it has an actual sort of setup. You can see that it has actual, like, metal armor on the shoulders and arms. Its legs have some sort of armor there. Its chest piece is studded leather, but it has, like, bolted into it, like, metal layers on top. He actually had a decent sword on him. It was just a well-kept scimitar. A few daggers in the boots, but nothing too special. Roll me an investigation, actually, as well.
Ooh.
13.
You do find you find a small pouch full of twigs and things at his side as well.
Or Fredericks.
You can just buy some from the nice guy and
That's
I got
true.
mine.
That's true.
And then we can have
You guys, anything else you guys want to do here?
I mean, Jumbo will take more Frederick material.
Okay.
I pet the wolf and say bye to him and say thank you.
And the wolf reality warps again, and the wolf fades out of existence. As you guys are investigating,
But not.
sorry, what?
No, I was just making a joke.
You're super quiet for me for some reason. But as you guys are kind of investigating this overturned cart, you hear a voice call out, "I see y'all are still alive over there."
Yeah.
I think it would be long.
Is that our guy?
That is Garner.
Hungry. Oh.
I did too. I did think it was the troll.
Looks like you did an excellent job dealing with that. Ugh.
Hi. Would you like to meet Frederick?
What?
Jumbo would like to proudly display Frederick.
He inhales, he exhales, and he goes, kind of pats you on the head. "That's wonderful. Now, who can tell me what happened here?"
It was just a couple of goblins, I assume, raiding this overturned cart.
It's weird that you get goblins out this far. They're normally deeper in. You don't see much of them out here. He's gonna walk.
The troll.
I mean, trolls are kind of the same. The fact that one's out here is odd enough as it is, but goblins too? Yeah. I need to retire. I can't keep dealing with this on a monthly basis. He kind of walks over to the dead body, and he kind of puts his hand and he closes the eyes of it, pats it on the chest. It's always sad to see him die. Any of you taking his stuff?
No.
No.
I'll I'll say a small prayer for him for the Raven Queen. I won't be taking any of his stuff.
I says, all right, I've been needing a new pair of boots, and think he's my size.
The dead don't need it.
He walks over and he starts changing his boots out. And he goes, this hurts me to say now that I've sobered up ever so slightly. I want to apologize for bailing on you so swiftly.
Oh, it's fine.
I tapped you on your shoulder, said you could fall back for a bit, so.
You all paid me a handsome price to come guide you to a troll, and, well, I didn't exactly live up to my end of the deal, I feel like. He's pulling the second boot on at this point, and he's kind of struggling with it.
You're okay, my friend.
You can say so. I don't quite believe you.
If we get back home and back, let's go find a troll.
Yeah. Well, you're basically in the mire now, and this is where the thing's been hunting. That's why business has slowed down so much in the town. Well, why the mayor's business has slowed down so much in the town, little psycho bitch. Sorry, what'd you say? What did you say?
Ooh, me.
Yes.
Because Mike is picking up on you, Hunter.
Oh. Well, I keep seeing his screen light up green, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And I don't hear anything. I'm like,
It's picking up.
oh, okay. Well, y'all are hunting a troll. I'd say we get in the mire already.
Well, let's get going.
Okay.
And he says, do y'all have any more information than I do, or are we just doing this blind?
Practically blind.
Well, hope y'all are good at tracking. And Garner's gonna kind of walk up the road and start walking into the woods, whistling as he does. Do y'all follow?
Put on him.
Yeah.
So you all start to follow, and you start stepping into the woods, and you very quickly see why it's called the mire. The ground here is not quite a swamp, but it is muddy. It seems to almost hold water incredibly well. And given that you had a pretty decent rain a few nights ago, it's still holding that water very well. Your boots are sticking in the mud. It's kind of like, I guess the closest comparison would be literally walking through a sort of like a dry creek bed that's slightly damp. Your feet are sinking and you're having to pull them out. Now, would somebody like to make me I'm going to call this a nature check.
You can go for it then. You seem to have the
Alright,
highest.
I'll try to make a nature check.
All right.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible. That's 15.
15. You guys start kind of walking aimlessly into the mire. Garner's leading the way, and he kind of makes it clear that he doesn't know where this troll is, but he knows that it's in the mire. That's where it's been disappearing after hitting wagons. But, Dickless, you're able to notice that about an hour into this mire, kind of aimlessly between these kind of thick trees, that there's a series of heavy scratch marks along one of the trees, pretty high up as well, taller than you, as if something sort of run into the tree multiple times. Bark's been scraped off. And there's sort of a vague trail of it leading off to your left.
Okay. All right, guys. I think I know where the troll went off to. I think if we go towards the left, we might find more evidence of him.
Sounds like a solid plan to me.
Y'all are paying me to do this. Do you want me to lead, Mr. Armor Man, or do you want to take over?
Well, I suppose I can lead us.
All right. I'll be right behind in case I spot anything. Ugh. Lead on. So you kind of follow the tall scratch marks, and you begin to kind of see these trenches where something has been dragged through the mud, something heavy. You don't quite see true footprints, but this ground's also fairly porous and torn up already naturally. You follow this trail for about 45 minutes. It deviates a few times, but you're always able to pick up the sort of broken branch tilted the wrong way, the twisted stump that's been knocked over by something heavy. I'd like you to make me a perception check with advantage. Just Dickless.
Okay. Perception?
Yes, please.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Thank you.
You go take a step forward, and you quickly hear Garner kind of like grab the back. You're wearing a cloak, right? Grab kind of at the back of your cloak, like stop. And you kind of look confused for half a second before you kind of look down, and buried in this mud, you can see the faint fangs of a hunting trap poking up out of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Good eye. That kind of happens here often. I guess that means we're in That's not great. That's really not great. Watch your step if you don't want to lose a foot, cause we're in hunter's territory.
Always good to be warned.
Warned. Unfortunate meetings. Getting shot with a crossbow. Oh, it's all great fun. You sidestep the trap, and you once again continue off. However, this time, the tree has actually fallen over. The last mark you see is on a tree that's been down. It's been cut down by somebody. Well, the trail you've been following is no longer there. And you've been doing this for about an hour now. You've been following this trail. The trail is now gone, and you can see that there's blood splatter kind of on this tree, kind of on the stump. And you can faintly see an axe embedded in the ground that has blood splatter on it.
That's ominous.
Yeah.
Garner seems relatively unworried as he has his flask back and he's going.
That's good.
He's gone.
Y'all see any trace of the thing now?
No. Are there any more signs down this path?
You don't see any of the original kind of like scratches on the trees that match the height of something. The ground here is so torn up from the skirmish that there's no real way to tell where the footprints have gone. Go ahead and make me. You can either do investigation or nature. Whoever wants to.
I can try.
Jumbo is nuts.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll do doing. Wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, okay. I see it. It's a dirty 20 again.
You see,
Damn, son.
your Warforged friend here kind of bends over and looks at the ground, and you're able to notice the faint splotches of red, and they drift off at sort of an angle, weaving through the trees, no longer leaving these scratches and being much more sure-footed as it goes forward. The ground here is still muddy and torn up, so you weren't able to follow the footprints, but you can see the faint specks of blood that weave between the trees, heading deeper into the mire. At this point, when you start walking the direction, you see Garner kind of look around. Kind of chew. You see Garner kind of chewing on his lip. Are you sure it's in that direction?
I believe so. There seems to be blood splatter heading through the trees that way.
Well, you go ahead and lead on. I'll pick up the rear.
You good?
Oh, I'm just fine. Just the the hangover's hitting me pretty hard now.
I mean, if you need some more water, here's some. I passed my.
Thank you. And he actually drinks the water this time. Hands it back.
Hydration.
It's for the weak.
All right. I'm gonna start walking through the blood splatter trail, though I am a bit hesitant after the man's reaction.
All right. So what's your marching order right now?
I can be in front still.
Dickless,
I'll be behind.
Zephyrin, Fey Jumbo, or Jumbo Fey?
Jumbo's okay with being in the back.
So Fey Jumbo.
Okay, so I'm not good as well.
So you all kind of keep this pace going through the mire. It's here you notice the trees are starting to get a little thicker. And despite the original broken branches, you're starting to disappear less and less. The ground is still muddy and torn up, but it's becoming harder. There's more downed trees in the way, things that are broken. Dickless, please make me a perception check.
Oh, that's not very good. That's a 4.
4.
Oh,
Dickless, as you walk forward, you step over this down tree, kind of following the large footfalls, and you feel your foot hit something. You hear a click. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay.
The dice, it's running. It's running.
oh, it's harder now.
9.
9.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, this hidden in the brush, this stick that has spikes embedded in the top of it. You've stepped on a tripwire. Tripwire releases. This spike stick comes flying around from hidden underneath the log, and it digs into the side of your leg. You will take 4 damage. As the spikes drive into your leg, skipping through and digging out. It's just like the sudden pain there. Thankfully, given your size and stature, it's not that serious, but it's still worrying. From the and Jumbo, you're able to hear. Actually, let me roll for this. You're able to hear from the back. Fuck. Garner's. You can hear Garner like tapping his flask now.
You alright there?
I'm doing just fine. Just getting so close to this troll. It's a little nerve-wracking.
I understand.
Alright, can I try to pull this thing out of my leg? Or...
Yeah, it's not hard to do. The spikes, it didn't like go straight in. It kind of like, so if this is your leg, it did this to your leg. It was designed for something on 4 legs rather than 2. You kind of pull your leg out, you let it close. Everyone else comes over the log, and you see Garner kind of looking at it, going, still tapping the flask.
Maybe he's antsy without his drink.
Can I like pick up that he's kind of behaving suspiciously?
Yes.
Okay.
Your passive perception is a lot better than he rolled.
Alright, I'm gonna say, Mr. Gardner, if there's something that you're not telling us, we really need to know.
I'm just antsy about dealing with a big nasty troll that we're heading towards.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
I've
Finally.
been hoping that you would do that.
I was waiting for this. Like, I was like, it's coming up. I know it.
21.
Literal detective man Zephyrin.
Super happy.
He actually... You look at him. His face is the picture of nervousness. He seems to be telling the truth to you.
Oh man, it's kind of sketch.
I always find a troll.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on him.
All right, are you gonna move back in the marching order?
Yeah, I'll move behind, so I'm third in line behind Faye.
Okay, so it's... Alright. You guys continue following this trail when Faye is able to pick up the faint smell of smoke in the air. This is another hour and a half that passes following this vague, winding trail of faint blood splatter and broken branches and torn ground. Able to smell the faint smell of smoke.
Can I tell which direction it's going?
Yes, it is coming from the... kind of the north... One second, I forgot how to read a map. The northeast. It's coming from the northeast.
Hey guys, there's smoke in the northeast.
Anybody?
You go that way? I don't know.
What do you do?
We'll head northeast. Seeing much here.
So you guys head northeast. once again, you're walking on this trail. This time, you guys walk again for another hour. This time the sun is finally starting to reach lower in the sky, and shadows are starting to stretch along these trees. The mire's becoming darker. Forrest is still tapping away at his flask. And you all, after that hour and a half, are able to find a clearing with a ruined campsite. And in the middle of this clearing, there's a fire pit that has a skewered slab of meat that is charred black and smoking up into the air. A faint breeze blows the smoke through in your direction. This campsite is ruined beyond all belief. Tents are crushed, and you can see things being thrown across the entire area. The faint smell of blood is also in the air.
What's all about the campsite?
Oh, it's time to investigate.
Everything is scattered everywhere. You see shattered crates, weapons, baubles of like art things, little metal ornaments even, scattered everywhere. Everything and anything is scattered all over this place.
It's time to investigate, says Jumbo.
Go ahead, roll investigation.
Hey, 15.
15. Does anyone else roll investigation?
Yeah, I'll look for stuff.
Oh,
14.
I got a 12.
Dickless?
12.
Why did Jumbo get lost?
So, Jumbo, with your 15, you look around. You're able to find about 10 gold coins. Additionally, you find several kind of well-maintained but rough kind of weapons. They've obviously seen a lot of use. And you're able to find this sort of emblem. Not like a blue-eyed cult emblem, but like a badge almost on most of the bodies. Zephyrin, you find 5 gold pieces, and you find an additionally 6 silver. And you find much the same as Jumbo among these people. You find that there are about 5 dead bodies in this campsite. Various states of undress and disarray. Their armor kind of haphazardly on or thrown about. Faye and Dickless, you guys only find 5 gold pieces and 3 silver each. And not much else. You find the same dead bodies and everything else. You find these metal baubles laying on the ground, but nothing of intense value.
Would I be able to tell like how long ago these people died?
It is fairly recent, within the last 4 days. Garner, you all can tell Garner he's walking around kind of looking at the baubles on the ground, and he's kind of like picking things up, putting them down, and looking around as well. And he's swearing under his breath this entire time.
Does Jumbo see any signs of troll?
Yes. Not hidden at all. You see these heavy footsteps that initially came into camp. The rest of camp is this muddy mess. But you see these heavy footsteps in the beginning, and you see large gashes in the ground where something tore through. The tents are torn open and torn asunder. These crates are smashed open, and you see broken metal weapons scattered around as well.
Do these
I
look
think
like
we're close to the troll.
I caught none of that, what either of you said. So, Zephyrin, you go first.
Do these appear to be the Inquisition soldiers that stopped inside the town?
No, these do not.
Okay, my character's saying, I guess we're close to the troll now.
These people are like their armor's ramshackle as well. They aren't well dressed enough to be members of the Inquisition. They kind of resemble bandits more so than anything. Oh, I gotta reroll. What's the group's highest passive?
Mine's 16.
I have 16.
Never mind. You all notice. There's a kind of a clattering noise, and you all kind of see Garner kind of throw something on the ground and like shake his hand, like he did something.
What you got there, buddy?
What'd you do, Magic Man?
Nothing that important is here. Fuck me. God damn.
I'm gonna saunter my way on over to him.
You see this sort of red bandana laying on the ground.
Any significance to this, funny old pal?
I don't want to deal with it if it is significant, because if it means what I think it means, I don't want to be in town when they show up.
What is it? What do you think it means? Is what I'm trying to ask.
It probably doesn't matter. Let's just get out of here for the night.
Trust us, man. We're not gonna. We literally killed Goblin. We're on a hunt for a troll that's kind of terrorizing your town, man.
Roll persuasion.
12.
Red flag bandits. They're
I'm
the
guessing this would be.
they're the biggest bandit group you get when you go west in the country. You see them around Arseca and groups like that. They're never out here. I've seen like 3 bands out here, and I've had the pleasure of simply paying them and walking away. If they're dead, killed by a troll or anything else, hellfire's gonna rain on that town. And I don't want my bar to go up in smoke.
That's understandable.
I'm gonna kill that rat bitch when I get back to that fucking town. Can we just get out of here? If they got more of them, I don't want to be here when the rest of them show up.
Aye, that sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of there.
Yeah, let's go.
So you guys, how do you go back the way you came, or do you go the path that has like the troll footsteps?
Oh, we're still hunting the troll.
Troll footsteps.
All right. The sun is getting very low in the sky now. It's still lit enough that you can see, but it's definitely nearing nighttime. So you guys walk. Please make me, whoever is tracking this, make me a nature check.
Who is tracking? I guess Jumbo will track. Oh, that's a 2.
Jumbo, you think you have the trail. And you suddenly find yourself veering off. And you find yourself sitting at a sort of knocked over tree in the middle of another small clearing. Yeah, you lost the trail, and it's now reaching nighttime.
Hey, so I think I lost the trail.
You can always find it again tomorrow, or keep going if we want to not take a rest.
I mean, I don't know how much dark vision's gonna help us at this kind of nighttime.
I mean, we can still see, just not color.
Well, 3 out of the 5 members can see.
Yeah, I do not have
True.
it.
So it might be best to find a safe place.
Yeah, I could regain some of my hit points.
Jumbo votes for finding camp.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys gonna look for somewhere else, or you're gonna set up in this clearing?
Find a nice clearing.
So you're gonna set up in this clearing?
Is it a nice clearing?
Well, it's got
Is it
Oh,
sleepable?
It's an unoffensive clearing. I mean, the ground's a bit damp and muddy, but what are you gonna do?
what would
so
you say
camping
the
bags are
property
for-
value was?
I mean, if we're talking values in Ezel rows, you probably could buy this for 2 copper pieces. You'd probably get stabbed and the money would get taken the next day, but you could buy it for 2 copper pieces.
That sounds good. All right, we're setting camp here.
So tents go up. Garner just kind of pulls out a blanket and kind of like gets underneath like the fallen tree and just kind of like huddles up there. So do you guys build a fire? What do you do?
Build fire.
Build a fire?
So if we build a fire, wouldn't it attract the troll?
But then we find the troll.
I don't know.
Jumbo is all for building fire.
Whoever we decide. I can go either way.
So you guys decide to build a fire. You manage to find some. You don't find a whole lot of dry firewood, but you get enough to build a fire with the help of Garner. And you see that Garner kind of helps build the fire, but he's keeping a decent distance away from your tents and you guys in general. He's very nervous and he's not happy to be here. And he's tapping on his flask, like, reflexively. Like, constantly going. Like, he's kind of, like, holding it like this. As he, like, sits in his blanket doing. So who's taking first watch?
Jumbo is excited. Jumbo will take first watch.
All right. So first watch goes to Jumbo. You guys fall asleep. The night young. The air is filled with the sound of crickets. Jumbo, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Got it, Bosh. Baby. That's a spicy 5.
Let's go.
There's a noise in the trees. The faint flapping of wings and feathers. You hear a stick break. You hear something move. The fire seems to grow dim in your mind. You hear a rhythmic tapping sound, and then realize it's Garner still freaking out in the corner. You look around, a cloud moves in front of them. A cloud covers the moon. A sound behind you, a sound to your left, a sound to your right, and suddenly, a raccoon. Nothing happens for your watch.
Jumbo can't wait to
I'll take a second watch.
Second watch goes to Zephyrin.
Oh, Zephyr, I found a raccoon.
I'll
Ze-
keep my eye out for the raccoon.
Well, Zephyrin, you come on watch, and you kind of see the raccoon, like, kind of towards the edge of your tents. It's eating something in its hands, and it kind of is, like, looking at you.
I'll break off like a corner of like a cracker from a ration and throw it its way.
Swear.
Kind of scampers off.
Feed it. He is a friend. His name is Jimmy.
Jump out. Nicholas gets up. Body.
Zephyrin, please go and make me a perception check.
18.
The night is peaceful. Almost oddly so.
Or was it?
There's the faint flapping of wings. And looking up, you see the faint outline of a raven before it lands in the clearing. It stays there for a second looking at you before flying off
I
again.
give it a nod.
Give it a nod.
It's like it's always
Mother
nice.
from the same mother.
And your watch passes with no issue. The third watch, who is taking it,
I guess I will.
Okay.
they will. Roll me a perception check.
A 14.
14. Wow, that was a horrible roll and a good roll. As you sit at this campfire, its embers, its flames still flickering, the rhythmic in the background from Garner. Okay, why is there an echo?
I have no idea. I have headphones on.
Well, you're able to see this sort of vague shadow move in the forest line. It's there for a brief second before it's gone. It's too small to be a troll, but it's still there. Otherwise, the night is quiet.
Okay.
Well, that was
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'll just stay put.
Okay. The night drags on, and eventually morning comes. And this morning is overcast, and very quickly there's a faint drizzle of rain that begins to trickle down from the sky, making the mire even more unpleasant to be in for longer than you need to be. You all kind of pack your stuff up, prepare to go. Garner is deep bags under his eyes. He's slightly hungover. He's out of alcohol. He does not want to be here at all. Oh. Shall
he needs rehab.
we get moving?
He needs re.
Hey,
Yeah.
Who's gonna try and find the trail?
Not Jumbo. Please, God, not Jumbo.
Nature investigation will be your role.
Can I roll survival?
It's tracking, so I will I will say yes, because you're trying to track something.
I will take it. That's cocked. God, I need to. Okay, hang on. I'm moving it. I keep rolling in the middle of all my dice, and it keeps getting cocked.
I keep rolling, and my rolls just suck.
18.
18.
15 plus 3.
That's better than Jumbo
Well,
did.
a troll is not the stealthiest creature, so with an 18, you're easily able to pick up the trail in about 25 minutes. The 25 minutes being spent getting back to where you started from yesterday, just to re-pick it up. And once again, you're on the hunt. You're cutting through the mire. Zephyrin, you're leading the front, correct?
I guess so.
All right. Please roll me a perception check.
Another trap.
And that just went behind my desk.
The dice, it's disappeared.
Natural 20 or 25.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
25.
Gonna flip my chair.
Uh-oh.
You kind of pick your armored foot up out of the muck and go to put it down, but you stop short. The fangs of a hunting trap right in front of you. And looking ahead on this muddy path, you see the faint, fresh piles of mud move to cover these traps. And the traps are placed sporadically. Sporadically across. Okay. Sporadically across the pathway you're walking on. Freshly put there.
Okay, so someone else is back here.
You're able to avoid the traps. Garner does set one off, but he does manage to get his foot out of it in time.
That's good.
Even with disadvantage, he rolled pretty well. He rolled a 17 and a 16. So, you guys move on, following this muddy trench almost of heavy feet being dragged for another 15 minutes. And you arrive at a area with several knockdown trees and 2 bodies lying propped off to the side.
What kind of bodies?
They are armored bodies wearing torn blue cloaks. Both of them human males.
Like the Inquisition was blue, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh!
These are the Inquisition.
Investigate.
Investigation. Go ahead and roll.
Alright. That's a 6.
They weren't killed by a troll.
Darn!
That's all you can gather.
The raccoons.
The raccoon murdered them in their sleep.
Yeah, no, but obviously they weren't killed by a troll. There's a fairly obvious wound running through their center.
Can Jumbo identify it? Or does he just see a wound?
Is there like the same wood on each?
I mean, slightly different shape, but it's the same kind of general idea. It's something was thrust into them from either the back or the front, spearing them through and killing them almost instantly. Jumbo, you can roll, I'll say, this will be a medicine check with advantage for you.
Medicine check with advantage. We're okay at that.
Wait, oh, that was 10.
Okay, 12.
12. The weapon in question here is it's a thinner blade. It's basically a short sword, a saber almost. They were run through with a saber, used to stab them right through their center. One from the back and one from the front.
Someone having
Do I
shim.
think... Am I able to guesstimate the length of the saber?
With what you rolled, Not really. It's an average size saber. So, in D&D terms, about a 5-foot reach.
Okay, cool. We're fine.
I mean, the average saber length, I think, is only like 4 feet.
Or as long as it's not 6-inch blades.
Yeah, like, so, like, a medieval fencing saber is 3 feet 5 inches. This is slightly longer, so it's like 4.5 feet is probably what was used here.
Alright. Alright, Jumbo's fine then.
These are fairly fresh as
They
well.
were stabbed. They were stabbed and killed. What?
No, you.
Garner's in the back, like, shaking his flask.
Does this mean you're about to stab Jumbo?
Oh no.
Jumbo. That's my guy's name. Yeah,
So what do you guys do?
okay.
Find the troll.
Garner's gonna walk over and close their eyes, though.
Oh, that makes sense.
You guys continue your hunt, and you're walking and walking, but this time, only about 20 minutes later, you arrive at not exactly a clearing. Once I find my notebook, I'll tell you what it looks like. Whatever, I know what it looks like. You arrive at this area where there's this sort of hill, almost like not exactly a mountain. It's this hill with a cave sitting in it. The cave is held up by wooden beams, like wooden supports. And there's trees, fairly heavy and large trees, about everywhere throughout, with one tree fallen. Jumbo,
Oh,
Faye,
I'm Jumbo. Oh,
Dickless, and Zephyrin. Garner. You guys are somewhat kind of hidden. There's generally thick foliage throughout everywhere here.
where are we on the map?
You're right off the map. Let me...
Okay. Oh, there we are. Hello.
The hill is climbable, for the record. It's kind of a gentle slope that runs up.
Okay. I guess Jumbo will start climbing the hill stealthily.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
21.
21. Jumbo, you take off, cutting suddenly, moving swiftly across. And you make it to the base of the hill. This hill is additionally covered in trees. And as you get closer, you can see faint battlements almost built into this hill. there's faint wooden structures that look like guards or half guards put up at random areas along this hill. And you climb the hill?
I stealthily.
We're keeping your stealth roll. With a muddy hill, it takes you... You're able to pretty easily make it up, and you kind of work your way behind the barricades and cutting up. Where are you trying to get to?
Up? Question mark.
Well, like to the very top of the hill or anywhere specifically on the hill?
Yeah, pretty close to the top.
Okay.
Try to just get a good vantage point of everything happening.
So it takes you not even that long, like a minute or two. You get to the top of the hill about here, and you're able to get a full breath of the kind of area that you can see through the trees.
But is there a troll?
Sorry, what?
But is there a troll?
You don't see one. But the trail does end in this clearing. And it is torn asunder in this clearing. There have been multiple skirmishes and battles in this clearing.
Darn.
You also are able to make out that there's sort of additional, like, defensive positions built into this hill.
Hold on, let me... Alright, Jumbo's going to yell back to the party that there is no troll on the hill.
Just scream. No trolls here. He's rolling over.
Is it like human size or like goblin size?
This hole?
No, the battlements.
They're kind of small, but they are human-sized. Like, if a human were to go to them, it'd be like, they'd be able to kneel down, step up, and do something. Like, they're like half cover.
Okay.
Jumbo?
Hi.
Never mind.
It's very cute.
Never mind.
Okay.
There's a noise from
Alright.
there's a noise from inside the cave.
There's a cave?
Yeah, this thing right here.
Oh! Jumbo forgot about the cave.
And from the cave, you hear heavy footsteps and a long, gangly green arm with curved fingers reaches out in the wooden battlements, and a head, black, oily hair stained as a face looms out. You can see mushrooms growing from one arm. You can see two eyes on one side of its head as it looms out, its mouth open, almost double the teeth in it as it looks out among you. Roll initiative.
Boy! Can you sprint down the hill to stab this thing in the back? Or is that a wait till your turn kind of move?
Wait till your turn.
Make me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Stealth check with disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. That's 16.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
It rolled a nat 20 on its perception.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right. Okay.
Okay, so 25 to 20. Okay. 20 to 15.
17.
17.
19.
18. So 19 will be Dickless. 15 to 10.
Oh no.
10 to 5. 6.
8.
There's a bit of a jump there from when the rest of your party goes.
You know.
And I'm gonna
We just
roll.
like to do
I'm gonna roll
things.
for Garner. Okay. So first up will be Dickless.
Okay. How far away is the troll then? He's not 30 feet, is he?
He is not. The troll is going to be this green D20
Okay.
because it's the biggest dice I have. The troll is here, and for the record, it is a large creature, which I believe is 10 feet about tall. It's slumped over, so it's only like 9, but it's large, about 10 feet.
Only 9.
Okay. Is he in longbow range?
Yes. Isn't the longbow's max range
Let
like
me do one of those.
gigantic?
Yeah, I think so.
If I remember right.
All right. Let me try to fire one of those. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. 23.
23 will hit. There are a few things that doesn't hit.
And then. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. That's 9.
9 damage. Okay. Good start. You almost instantaneously you see the creature. You hear Jumbo's yell. A thought registers in the back of your mind. That was a mistake. Boom, boom. You strike it right in the mushroom-covered shoulder. All right. Zephyrin, you're up.
Can I get within 60 feet of it?
6. Yes.
Okay.
Are you fine there, or do you want to be somewhere else? Because, like, I can put you...
Right there is fine.
Okay. Do you technically have half cover behind the log?
I will cast Spiritual Weapon right in front of it. It will be a...
Gold D4 will represent that.
Like, it'll be like a gray scythe.
This ethereal kind of mist forms, and almost there's a bell toll in the back. There's a bell toll that you all kind of think you hear. And this Reaper scythe, a curved blade, sharp as ever, and a bent wooden handle appear.
And it will take an attack against the creature.
Roll to hit.
And 16.
16 will hit.
Okay. It's only level 1, so it's only 1d8.
The troll sees this, and with an unnatural recognition, kind of tries to lean back. It's not quick enough, though, and you manage to catch it across the chest.
It's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
6 points of bludgeoning. Really, bludgeoning? The scythe...
Oh no, force damage.
Force damage, okay. I was gonna say, wait, how's a scythe deal bludgeoning? The scythe digs in, and the force... And you can see the skin as it gets hit almost get pushed apart by the spiritual force of it. You said 6? You said 6 damage, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. So now the troll's turn. The troll kind of recoups itself.
And that was... Hang on. I didn't read. That was only a bonus action.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can keep going. Sorry.
Sacred Flame.
Wait, is the summoning and the attack a bonus action?
When you cast a spell, you can make a melee attack against it, and then on subsequent turns, it's a bonus action.
Well, I mean, like, bringing it forth this time was summoning it the action, and the bonus action was the attack?
No.
Okay.
The casting is a bonus action.
Got it. Sorry, I was misunderstanding what that was. All right, you're good. Sacred Flame?
Oh, yeah, you're good. And then Sacred Flame.
Nope. That's an 8.
You loved.
That's a 9.
It's only 2 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Only 2. Baby flame.
So still kind of in shock from the magical scythe appearing in front of it, and it's suddenly assaulted by this radiant damage. It kind of stumbles, its body shakes, it kind of gets back to its feet. And as it breathes, you see the wounds begin to knit. The flesh begins to push itself back together.
What do I got?
Definitely didn't just heal back all I did.
It's going to dash towards Zephyrin. Attack of opportunity with your scythe.
Yes. 15 to hit.
Will hit.
8 points of force damage.
8 points of force damage. All right. It still does make it to you, but it does take the 8 points. You dig deep across its other arm, cutting right through the kind of leathery hide skin that it has. All right, that will end its turn. Will the next one up be Jumbo? Who is currently on top of a hill and very far away. Jumbo.
Oh god, it's mine. How close can I get to the big man?
If you dash...
Race.
Wait, what's your movement speed?
I think it's 25. I got them stubby legs.
You can get to about here. Dashing.
Okay, I'm gonna dash up to the barrack that's still on top of the hill.
Which one? You can get to any of those three.
The one like directly behind the cave. Yeah, that one. And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make the roll with I'll say advantage here. Because it is...
Stealth, right?
Yes. It's not looking at you at all. It's doing something different.
13.
13. Did you roll with advantage? Fucking Christ. Yeah, you're gone.
Cool.
And then going to Faye.
I am in within range to entangle it, right?
Gonna cast Entangle. All right, that's a what save again?
It's a first level spell.
Well, never mind. I'll look it up. That's a strength save. What's the DC on that?
Okay. I don't know.
Well, it makes it because it's not greater than a 22.
Okay. Okay.
From the ground, these vines explode, but the giant troll rips his hands free, its legs coming off like a stomp. It lets out a roar again. That'll end your turn, unless you want to move. Garner's now up. All right, Garner's turn's over. Top of the order, Dickless. I can't hear you currently.
Okay.
Okay.
The microphone was turned down all the way. Okay. So is the troll still represented by the piece in front of the cave?
No, it's the D20 currently right in front of Zephyrin. The D4 is Zephyrин's spiritual
I
weapon.
was just making sure. Okay. So if I dashed up there, would I be able to make it at least in all my movement?
Are you
60 feet?
Where are you trying to get to?
To the troll.
You don't even have to dash, because the troll is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're within 5 feet to hit. Well, yeah, you're about there. I had you a space forward. Well,
Okay.
if
I'm
the
sorry, you cut out when you said how far.
you were about 35 feet away, which 30 feet away. You were 30 feet away, so you can make it. My camera has frozen, which hopefully it speeds up.
Okay, so since we're within 30 feet, can I make an attack with my sword at him?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
Oh, that's a bad one. Okay, 10.
A 10 will not hit. You rush up and slam your sword down, but it slams into its side, and this thick leather-like skin kind of catches the blade before it digs too deep. That ends your turn. Zephyrin!
For my bonus action, I will move my spiritual weapon 20 feet closer.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
And then, for my action, I'm gonna take a whack at it with my mace.
Roll the hit.
Natural 20.
Well, that hits.
Dawson on him, I see. Oh, that's decent damage. 10 points of bludgeoning.
All right, only 10 you said?
Yeah.
All right.
And then that will be my turn.
Okay. At this point, it's now the troll's turn. You slam your mace into its chest. The bones cracking as you hear it. It kind of leans back, takes one step. You hear the bones. And you see the bruised chest right itself. It's going to make a bite attack against Zephyrin, and then 2 claw attacks against Dickless.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So bite attack first. That's a solid no. Claw attack, first one, will hit with a 25.
Oh my goodness.
Second one, an 18. Will that hit?
No, I have a 19.
All right. So it goes to bite Zephyrin. Its jaw opens wide, and it slams its teeth down. You have your shield out, right? Zephyrin. You have your shield, right? Sorry, what?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna use my shield.
Well,
I'm gonna use my shield.
it slams its teeth down on your shield, and you hear a cracking noise. As in its mouth, a bunch of teeth fall broken to the ground, and it will take 2 damage. I rolled a natural 1 trying to attack you.
Oh.
I'm gonna expend a charge.
Gonna use one of your charges, all right?
Yeah. Dex save of 15.
Yep. The bands shoot out, and with unnatural agility, the trolls dances out of the way of the bands, and they wrap around air.
Ah, shoot.
Hitting nothing, the bands immediately retract into the shield, resetting itself.
So cool. So cool. Still worth it. Still worth
Very
spending
nice.
that 793 gold I had on me and selling my soul away.
I'm sorry, it rolled a nat 20 for the check. The claw attack against Dickless. Let me roll this real quick. The one that hit Dickless. So its teeth break, it dodges back, and then it swipes one claw behind it before following up with another. The first one lands. The second one goes wide. You will wow, it was a shit. Take 7 damage.
Ooh.
As its claw digs into your side and rips across you. That finally ends the troll's turn. Jumbo.
Jumbo. Alright, is Jumbo within leaping and then stabbing it somewhere range?
No. The troll is currently here. You are here.
Alright, I guess Jumbo will use his pee-wee little short bow.
Okay. That is in range.
Take a shower.
Roll to hit.
Short bow.
Do I have advantage because he doesn't see me coming?
I will. It's not exactly
Yeah,
flanking, but
attack.
you. Oh no, you were hidden. Yes, you do have advantage. You were hidden.
Okay. Does sneak attack work with it?
If it hits, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure.
If you have advantage, or if an ally is within 5 feet engaged.
Sneak attack has nothing to do with it. Sorry, what?
Nice.
Sorry, what?
Dirty 20.
Okay. But I said natural 20, and I was just like, the fuck? All right, so go ahead and roll damage.
Did not do that. All right, so then I get 1, 2, boo-ba-da-doo. Ooh, 8 damage.
8 damage, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing math real quick. Give me a second.
Take your time.
This isn't hard math. It's subtraction. Why can't I do it? Figured it out. We're good.
That is hard math.
If you have 58 apples and you eat 8 of them.
Faye, you are up.
Oh, bonus action. I would like to hide again.
Just make a base roll this time.
Sounds good. 12.
You're gone. It turns around right as you duck down. Doesn't see you.
Shrugs.
It's like.
You're so small that it just goes.
What was that?
I like to imagine Nimble's like, eat this.
Someone put a teeth in my shoulder. What the hell, man? That's
Jumbo would do that.
Just like, eat this. Hit the deck. That will end Jumbo's turn. Faye, you're up.
Okay, I'll run towards it and use my scimitar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll call this.
If you threw this.
I'll call this flanking. Just because it's engaged with Zephyrin and Dickless, and now you're there, and it just got shot by Jumbo. In some possible way, you're adjacent to this thing.
I got a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, where's my... There it is. Nine.
9 damage, alright. Where'd my Sharpie go? That will end your turn. We're on to a Garner. All right. Top of the order. Dickless, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna try to swing again. Hopefully it works out better this time. Oh, that's much better. Okay. That is a... Wait. 23.
23. Will hit.
Okay. And then... 6. 12 damage.
12 damage, okay. All right, will that end your turn?
Yes.
We go to Zephyrin.
Okay. I will move my spiritual weapon 20 feet closer. And for within 20 feet, it can make an attack with the movement.
Yep.
Would it get advantage because of flanking?
In some capacity, this has to be flanking. Like, I know the rules say, like, officially what it is, but there's 3 of you, plus the spiritual weapon, plus Jumbo just shot it from, like, half a mile away. Somehow you have to have advantage in this melee.
Plus Jumbo.
21.
Will hit.
8 points of force damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna whack it with my mace.
You know.
Just a 23.
Just.
That's just okay.
Okay, 8 points of bludgeoning damage from my mace.
8 more points of bludgeoning, alright. That will end your turn. Now the troll's turn.
Very well.
Some of the wounds begin to patch back together, but the troll is looking really rough. Blood is kind of pouring from one arm. The mushrooms are stained red. Its 2 eyes are full of hate. Its teeth have finally grown back.
Also, how do teeth grow back? I don't get that part.
I like to imagine it kind of looks like a shark, where you can just hear the bones, like you hear bones cracking as new teeth are pushed through the gums. You see the blood kind of spill out of its mouth as the new teeth are forced out. They're bent, crooked, and in the wrong angle, but they're teeth. So the troll...
They are
Okay. The troll is surrounded.
correct.
It is going to make... It's going to make all 3 of its multi-attacks against Zephyrin.
Uh-oh.
My logic being, you've just slammed this thing with your mace, attacked it with the spiritual weapon, and it's just picking the target that hit it last at this point. So the bite attack, that's a solid no. The bite attack, its teeth come down and they miss, catching air as you deftly kind of maneuver your shield to push its head out of the way. It is now going to make its first claw attack. Will not hit. Second claw attack.
Let's go.
Will a 22 hit?
Oh,
Perhaps.
All right.
on a bad day it will.
I will cast Hellish Rebuke on him.
Okay. Let me roll the damage first, then I'll
Dexterity
calculate.
saving.
Yeah, I'm going to roll his damage first, then roll that. You will take 13 slashing damage. And dexterity saving throw, you said?
Yowza.
Well, yeah, I'm going to assume a 5 fails the dex save there.
Yes. And That is 2d10 of fire damage.
2d10. Go ahead and roll that.
Ooh, 18.
Oh my god.
18 points of fire damage.
All right, Jumbo, you're up.
Pretty hard. Oh boy, it's Jumbo's turn.
Hit him with it, Jumbo. Hit him with it. Hit him with it.
Jumbo would like to pop out and say, "A gotcha," and take a shot.
Go ahead and roll the hit. You hid, so advantage.
Why did you steal the dice away? Alright. Ooh. That's how do you... 24.
Will hit.
Nice.
Alright. Sneak attack. Sneak attack. Oh my god. Oh my god. 17 damage. Wait. Yeah, no, I can't do math. 11. 17 damage.
Finish it off.
I killed the troll.
Nice job, game. Let's go, boy.
Finish it off. How do you want to do it?
I mean, yeah.
How do you want to kill it?
By pulling back the short bow and yelling the words,
"A gotcha!"
The shrill voice of Jumbo fills the air. The troll whips around just in time for an arrow to pierce its eye, and with a force unbefitting a short bow, out the back of its head.
oh my god.
Oh boy.
The creature lets out a yell, and its body, scarred by flames, falls to a knee, falls to its hands, and falls to the ground.
Wow. Great job, Jumbo.
The creature is slain.
Jumbo.
Because I saw his wounds heal and I don't trust it, I'm gonna have the scythe chop its head off. Just to make sure. I don't like it.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's gonna regrow a new body.
Just make an attack with it.
Wow.
20 something.
Okay, yeah, you cut its head off in one fell swipe.
Wait, Zephyrin has a sword?
He has a spiritual weapon floating around.
That's right. I was not paying attention.
But as you do that, will Faye, Dickless, and Zephyrin all make me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh no.
Hey!
I need to roll high. Oh, I got a 13.
13?
19.
19?
17.
17. Dickless and Zephyrin, you both succeed, and you manage to leap back as the mushrooms on the arm suddenly swell and explode in an instant, a field of spores filling the air. Unfortunately, Faye, you're a little slow. You inhale,
Oh no.
and almost immediately you feel something hit you. You don't feel anything at first. But then suddenly, pain overcomes your senses. You take 12 points of poison damage.
Oh.
Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, let's see how.
I actually have a spell for this. Don't worry.
And you take 1 point of exhaustion.
Don't worry. It's a multi-kit tool.
I have 9 health.
And you take 1 point of exhaustion. The strength is sapped from your body.
No.
You feel everything
Down a 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
as the sudden feeling of pain hits you. You feel energy just escape you. Your arms feel heavy. It becomes hard to breathe. Everything is just labored. And at this moment, there's the sound of footsteps coming from behind you. And from the woods come two lightly armored men. They're rough.
To make myself seem menacing, I'm gonna hold my spectral scythe.
Okay. One man who steps out immediately backs up. The other grabs him by the back of the neck and kind of pushes him forward. Seems we got a little, Seems some little fools took care of our problem for us. And one of the men draws out a saber.
Do you really want to go at this with us?
We have a jumbo hidden in the woods.
Okay. That will end. The man who wasn't scared is going to throw a dagger at Zephyrin. Nope.
Question.
Yes.
Does it have to be a melee distance for the shield to work?
Has to be within. It does have to be melee. But don't worry. This dagger flies out, hits your shoulder armor, and just dings off into nothing. And for the record, these two men are dressed in like kind of loose leather armor and carrying the sabers. They have actually like well-kept kind of appearances. The second man is going to move away, and he's going to pull out a short bow and make an attack against Dickless.
Doesn't look like it went well.
I guess that's a no.
17, not going to hit.
Oh, I haven't. Oh.
Oh.
The arrow harmlessly clinks off against your armor. That will end their turn. Top of the order, Dickless.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say intimidation, but I actually have a +0. So I'm gonna try to do a little. How are they? Oh, are they pretty far away, or can I like run up to them?
One is far away. With the other, you can get within 5 feet of.
Okay. So can I attack him with my sword at that?
Sword's reach is 5 feet, and I'll say yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'll try to roll to hit then. Why was it a bad one? Okay. 12.
12 will not hit. You go to strike, and artfully the man steps out of the way. He's going to use a reaction to attempt to counter you. Don't worry, it doesn't work.
Oh, no.
He tries to counter, but just stabs the sword.
His saber harmlessly clinks off your your metal body right here and goes into nothing. And he goes, ugh.
Stupid robots.
That will end your turn, Dickless.
Yes.
Zephyrin, you're up.
First order of business.
I'll roll my dex save.
Wounds.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Was it a wrong thought to have?
Now when I have a spectral scythe, though, you heal for 8 points of healing.
Does that get rid of the exhaustion?
No.
Okay.
And then, can I make it to the guy?
The one here, the far away, like the one who moved back and took a short bow shot.
The one that's close.
Closer? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 6.
Because I'm holding the scythe. So I'm assuming it moves with me.
Yes.
Bonus action, the scythe is gonna take a shot, a hit at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The scythe rips itself from your hands. Roll to hit.
23.
Okay, that hits.
Let's see, where's the D8 at? There. 5, 8, 6. 6 points of force damage.
The scythe catches him kind of right on above the collarbone and rips through the armor. He kind of doubles over, but he gets his saber back and he's kind of in a decent position. That ends your turn.
There's like a little flourish, then goes back to my hand.
Kind of like a boomerang.
Exactly.
All right. It's now... Wait, no, Troll's dead. It is now Jumbo's turn.
It's the troll's turn. The troll time. Can I use my action and bonus action to dash to the man with the short bow?
You can, what, move 50 feet as your total movement?
Yeah, with dashing.
8, 9, 10. That's as close as you can get.
Darn. I will yell at the afraid man and say,
I am Jumbo. I have killed 6 things in my lifetime. I'll kill again.
wait, sorry. Jumbo has killed 7 things in his lifetime.
Roll
I forgot about the old
intimidation
woman.
with advantage.
Intimidation with advantage.
Oh my god.
11.
He is now frightened of you.
Darn.
No, he is now frightened of you.
Oh, I thought you said he is now.
Oh.
Cool.
Let me go make a few rolls here to just figure out something. That wasn't a D20. Ah, fuck. I rolled a D12 thinking it was a D20 for some reason. That will end Jumbo's turn. Faye, you're up.
Okay, with exhaustion,
You move it half.
how far can I walk?
Level 1 of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Okay. I'll try to get as close to the guy that's afraid. As much as I can. Okay.
Well, I mean, you can dash and get right up on him, or... But you won't be able to attack.
I want to be... Okay, then I'm staying where I'm at. Am I able to... With exhaustion, am I able to shoot my short bow?
You can. At that, I believe short bow, what's its minimum range? You have to be, you can't, shooting a short bow that close, I'm going to give you disadvantage. But you can be like right here and it'll be fine.
Okay, I'll be there.
The minimum range is 80. As long as they're within 80 feet, it's normal. But she has disadvantage just because of exhaustion.
Oh, no, level 1 is just ability checks.
I thought that still counted weapon.
3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Ah. And 6, you just die.
Yes. 6 is game over.
Oh. Oh.
So go ahead and make the attack.
Yeah, I shot a 13.
13 will not hit.
Aw. I'm too exhausted.
So, top of the order now. He's going to attempt to run away. However, from the forest...
Base.
You gotta be kidding me. From the forest...
Stay away.
From the forest...
Sorry, Kate, my dog's trying to get my food.
From the forest, you hear this noise. This bone-crushing sound. And you hear something break as a body hits the ground in the forest.
Oh.
He stuck in a trap, didn't he?
Kind of, I guess. The fighter dealing with you two is going to attempt to attack Zephyrin. Nope, that's a 13. That's a 15 to hit, which no. Its saber dances out.
Let's try the sheep.
All right, that's a dex save of 15. Nope, that's an 11.
Yay!
The its saber touches your shield, and the metal strips explode out. His arms are slammed to his side, slammed across his body, constricted as he's now unable to move. His feet, arms, and legs bound, and he falls over, prone.
Alrighty.
I'll call combat over at this point, because from the forest, you see Garner dragging the other attempted escapee by his shoulders as they're both struggling. The thing he ran into was Garner coming back to help. And Garner went Brian Urlacher on him and put him in the ground.
That a boy, Garner. Good man.
Oh, good man yourself. You just earned yourself another 50 pesos.
Pesos? Is that what you said?
Pesos.
Oh, I thought you said pesos.
Another 15 pesos for you, good man.
15 pesos for you.
No,
So-
honestly, I already forgot what I said.
This is for you, Omar.
You guys have slain the troll and now have 2 captives. What would you like to do?